I'm Nick Seco from HomeRight Windows and Doors, and we're located in Waynesboro, Pennsylvania. So we do vinyl replacement windows, we do steel and fiberglass entry doors, we do aluminum storm doors, and we do sliding patio doors, all made by Provia. The windows are a vinyl replacement window, and it could be anything from double hungs to casements to bay and bow windows and everything in between. So when somebody calls in the office and needs an estimate, they get Roxanne on the phone typically, and she would schedule an appointment for me to come out and take some measurements, provide some literature, go through what options we have, and then I would follow up within about 24 to 48 hours with an estimate with all the details of the products as well as the installed price. I find that we're typically much more affordable than the companies that you see advertising on TV or in a lot of other places. If they're spending a lot of advertising dollars, obviously they're passing those costs on to their consumers. You could go to our website at homerightwaynesboro.com, or you could call us at 717-749-4874.
Local and live, covering Franklin and Washington counties, it's Let's Talk TriState.
Welcome back to Let's Talk TriState, all powered by HomeRight Windows and Doors in Waynesboro. The right choice online at homerightwaynesboro.com. We have a few guests today. One face is familiar. Hannah, thank you for coming back today. And when you were here the last time with Andy, you were also in another play at Totem Playhouse. What was that play?
I was in 9 to 5.
That's right. Yes, that's right. So we're going to hear a little bit about your new part that you have, Carole King. And Marcus, you are the associate director of the musical, the Carole King Musical.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for joining us today, and Let's
Thank
Talk
you for having
TriState.
me.
Let's talk a little bit first about what makes this story so compelling for audiences today. Why Carole King?
Well, I think it's set in the 1960s,
Mm-hmm.
where our country was going through so much. We got Vietnam going on, we got civil rights. So it already is set in a time period where lots of things are moving and changing. And so anything that's going to come out of this period is going to be great. I think Carole King is prolific because her catalog is so extensive.
Yeah, and very eclectic.
Yes, she wrote for so many people, and then moved into writing for herself. And she is a woman, like being a composer, and then going into being a singer-songwriter, which writing her own lyrics was like taboo in the time. And she wrote some of the most prolific songs of the era. When we think about Natural Woman, that is a hallmark in the catalog of Aretha Franklin.
Absolutely.
And
who didn't sing that in the shower?
Exactly. And when you're thinking about the Shirelles and the Drifters, these other groups that were very big at the time, Carole King is at the heart of this musical movement that's happening in the 60s. That's about love and about being free and about moving your body. So when I think about Carole King, I think about this movement in America to be free, to be vibrant.
So when the play captures what period of her life? Is it her whole life or just like a particular period of it?
It's a period of her life from when she's 16 years old to when she's 29.
Okay.
I mean, there's so much to her life, but I think it's like a pretty pivotal part in her life. It's like her coming of age through being a songwriter and then finding her voice and becoming a singer-songwriter from that to becoming the star that we know her as. So, yeah, it's like this really pivotal point in her life, and all of her relationships within that, and all of the songs that she wrote in that period of time. It's unbelievable.
Sure. And I don't think everybody knows that.
Yeah.
And I think also, which is interesting with this musical, is that younger people probably are not familiar with Carole King. So they might be coming in really learning, like, wow, I had no idea she wrote that. She was involved with this, and all the things that she really was able to accomplish and has accomplished is really incredible.
Yeah.
And so when you were preparing for your role, How did you already have an extensive knowledge of Carole King, or did you have to do a lot of research and studying?
Well, a little bit of both. I grew up listening to Tapestry, like, as long as I can remember. And I've always been inspired by Carole because I'm a songwriter too, so I always really looked up to her. But when I found out that I was going to do this, I did a lot of research. She wrote a memoir that she actually reads for an audiobook version of it. So I studied that to like listen to her voice, have that in my ear, almost 2 times through, and studied her Carnegie Hall live recording, and studied any recording I could get my hands on, and studied her songwriting and the artists that sang her songs. So there's so much material out there to study, and I'm like a huge nerd for research. So there's a lot of material.
You're the perfect person for the role then.
I had so much fun studying her.
Was there a part of her personal journey that you were able to really connect with?
Oh yeah, she's very much like a reluctant star. She doesn't want to be in the spotlight, and my friends all kind of laughed as like I'm working through some of the script and stuff, because so many of the things are things that like I've said of like, oh, like I'm not a singer, you know, like, or oh, I'm not this, and kind of how she comes into herself in such like she's not like I want to be a star, you know, and I very much relate to that.
Yeah, you're not like that,
huh?
That you're not like that.
Yeah, I've been very blessed to get to play some really amazing roles, but that was never like the goal for me is to create art and to have connections, and I feel like that is at the core of Carole as well. So
how do you feel this play differs from some of the others that you've done in the past?
Oh gosh, this play is really special. To play a songwriter and also to get to play the piano in the show as well is really special. And
you play the piano?
I do, yeah.
I played the piano for 10 years as well.
Oh, wow.
I only remember one song, and it is My Heart Will Go On from Titanic.
Oh.
I play it quite poorly. So I'm sure you do a much better job
it's about
than I do.
the spirit behind it.
Well, so you get to play the piano, you get to sing, and let's talk about your role a little bit, Marcus, because along with being the associate director, talk to us about what exactly is an associate director. Not everybody might know what that role means.
Yeah, I think the associate director is like a observing cheerleader. They are there to support the vision of the director. Our director is Christine O'Grady Roberts. Fantastic artistic mind and collaborator. And I think my role is to make sure that everything that she sees in the show happens. So the things that kind of fall, or if she's in this room doing this, working on choreography, or working on a scene with other folks, that I could support her in another way, or be another eye as she is crafting something.
I can imagine it's a lot to take in and to look at, and you're going to miss something.
Yes.
So it's nice to have that other set of eyes.
Yeah, and I think it's like also to have someone that you trust to spar with, to be like, I think this is what is going on. Do you see this too? And so I think that is at the heart of the role. I think the other thing is to be eyes. Especially with a production show like this, where there is choreography, we have turntables in the show. There's lots of moving parts. Just to have someone else that's tracking what's happening in the show, so you don't have to be the only one carrying it, is I think also an important part of being an associate director. And then she asked me to be in the show too. So the show is very interestingly constructed, being that we follow Carole King and the other 3 songwriters in the show. But then there are production numbers that kind of come out that showcase the writing, like once it was given to the artist. And so I play a drifter, and we are a group, or they were a group, that Carole and Jerry wrote for extensively, and we performed 3 of their songs, like production numbers of their songs. And so we don't have any lines. We just come out and perform these high octane production numbers and then disappear. So it actually was really slotted in nicely with being in the associate, because I didn't have to drop into a character in the same way as like Jerry or Barry or Cynthia or
I can
Carole.
imagine that is an immersive experience,
Yeah.
just trying to get to know the character. And so you've already kind of answered this question that I was going to ask, but what makes this experience unique for the audience? And you kind of talked about the production value, but was there anything else that maybe that you didn't touch upon?
I think a lot of times these huge celebrities that we are so close to us, we talk about the Tapestry album, we talk about Aretha Franklin and how and her rendition of Natural Woman, but we don't know the human beings. And so the beautiful thing about this show to me, outside of the incredible singing that is required, the level of artistry that is required from everyone in the show, is that we really get to see who Carole King was. And like Hannah was saying so beautifully, is that she just wanted to write songs.
Yeah.
She didn't want to any of the showbiz. She enjoyed being in the background. So to see how fate kind of pulls her into being this huge musical star icon is really compelling. And I think that it is so human. Like, we think we know what our lives are going to be.
Oh yeah.
And then and then life happens to you. And she goes through all these things, and then she has all this stuff because of her life experience inside of her, and the only way she knows how to kind of get them out is through song.
Sure.
So I think that is the beautiful, special thing about this musical.
Yeah.
And how much like music connects all of us.
100%.
Like, it's like the highest form of connection, in my opinion. Like it truly can connect people of all generations, of all backgrounds. Like it's also really special in the show too, because I'll hear like whispers of people singing, like when songs start in the audience.
Yeah.
Or like when You Got a Friend, I always hear like people's like memories and thoughts and feelings. Like, music is so special, and seeing how this music has touched so many people over so many years is really special.
You're probably hitting on a lot of people's nostalgia as well, and that is such a wonderful feeling. You know, once you start to feel something nostalgic and going back to your childhood or something that has happened previously, that's a nice feeling to have and nice memories to have. For you, Hannah, what do you think would be the message or feeling that you want the audience to leave with after they see the show?
Ooh, I want them to feel uplifted, like a little bit lighter than they felt before they got there. I think the message of this show is so uplifting too, and even the way that it ends with the song "Beautiful" too, like that if you treat people well and if you feel good about yourself, like you're gonna feel better out in the world. And yeah, just to feeling better about themselves, feeling better about how they treat other people, and how we can all be a little kinder and a little bit lighter.
That's lovely. It's a good message.
Yeah.
Is there a song in particular that was challenging, like the most challenging for you to sing?
I mean, probably Natural Woman.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Oh my gosh, that's some big shoes to fill. But yeah, I think it's great within the show too, because I mean, no one is Aretha Franklin. No one can touch Aretha Franklin's rendition. But the thing is, Carole's not trying to be Aretha Franklin. Carole is singing it as Carole, and like Hannah's singing it as Hannah playing Carole. So it's like the layers of that too helps to free the expectations attached to that song. But probably that song.
It's probably fun to see a different rendition of it too.
Yeah.
I always like to hear songs, that are sung by other people, and what with their take and their spin on it is always really interesting too. Now, the show has already started. August 8th was opening night, and it runs until the 24th at Totem Playhouse. How long is the performance?
About 2.5 hours?
Yeah, about 2:20.
Okay.
With intermission.
And where can somebody get tickets?
Online.
Just Totem Playhouse?
On the Totem Playhouse website.
Okay.
Or you can call the box office. And get your tickets, or you can show up to the box office during the hours that they're open.
And when is it? Just Friday, Saturday, Sunday? Is it all throughout the week? What are the days that it's running?
We run on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. So no Friday performances.
Okay.
And on Wednesdays and Thursdays there are double shows. So if you want to come and get your show at 2:00, you can come and see the show at 2. or you can see the show at 7:30.
This is so exciting. It
Yes.
sounds, I can really feel both of your passion for this particular production. What is the production value like behind this, like the scenery and stuff like that? Because
It's beautiful.
It's stunning. I will say our the production team was fantastic. Our costume designer Azaria really transports the audience back visually with the way that she styled everyone, and she really hit on the cultural nuance of the period. And so you'll see some silhouettes and some patterns and the vibrancy of the textiles that will make you feel like you were saying earlier with the music, will take you back to
That's
the 70s.
Really
cool. And we have, like I was saying before, some turntables. So there's beautiful ways that the story kind of flows beautifully. It's always kind of humming along and moving, which is, I think, beautifully done with our set designer and with our incredible crew. They are working so hard. Like I was saying, because it's a production fueled musical, the changes are happening all the time. So quick changes. We go to a lot of different places. So our crew, led by our stage manager Bethany, is just fantastic.
Can I ask you, this is not about the musical, but what is your background? Can I start with you? What is your background in art and music?
Yeah, that's a great question, and I will try to keep this super short. I always loved storytelling and would make up things in my room or in my basement. But when I went to college, I wanted to be an opera singer, and so I have 2 degrees in voice and voice pedagogy, so the study of voice. And I did an opera, and I hated it. And I was like, why do I hate performing? I got this great opportunity to make this festival debut, and it was the lack of collaboration. It was that the principals came in and did their thing, and the chorus came in, and we kind of smushed the show together.
I see.
And the thing that I love about theater, so I decided after that I was like, no more opera. I'm gonna cross over. So I moved to New York City and lived the life as an actor, and am now kind of coming back to or landing in behind the table capacity. I love direct, love to observe theater, and also love helping young artists understand,
find their passion, move forward, grow.
But I will say the thing that I love about this type of artistry is that it takes everyone.
It's collaboration, for sure.
Super collaborative. And you can't make it unless you have the right type of collaborators. And I will say with the folks in this cast, the curiosity and the generosity of the artistry is what makes this production so beautiful, is that people were so curious to find out who these people were, and then also were so generous. And this one in particular is so generous with how she kind of pours into Carole. So I think that's the special thing about theater, is that the folks that you work with are generous of spirit and of artistry.
And then when it's over, you look at it and think, we did this.
Yeah.
What we've all done together.
And that's so special.
And you can't reproduce that with anybody else.
No.
Yeah, I really can empathize with what you're saying, because I'm definitely a collaborator as well. I could never. I know some people love to work on their own and do their thing, and I completely appreciate that. That is 100% not my personality at all. So, which is why I work in the field that I do work in. And what about you, Hannah? I know you probably talked to Andy about this last time you were on Let's Talk Tri-State, but tell me a little bit about your background.
So I grew up playing guitar and singing, and also my mom was a ballerina, so she put me in dance really young. And then when I got to high school, I realized I can dance and sing at the same time. And then I got into acting, and I was like, oh, this is what I love.
You were a triple threat. And then you got the piano, and it's like, there's nothing I can't do.
And then I went to school for musical theater, and I've been pursuing it ever since.
Wow. Well,
so it's been, I love collaborating and connecting with people, and I think art is such a special way to do that, because not only are you connecting with your collaborators, but you're connecting with audiences, you're connecting with everybody you come into contact with. And I think that art and music and storytelling is such a special way to share with people.
I think music is the best way to connect with other people. I really, really do. Have you guys worked together before?
No.
Oh, wow.
Time.
It's the
Okay.
first time, yeah.
Well, I hope you guys find yourselves together again because I can
So do we.
I can definitely feel the passion and the enthusiasm. So thank you for spending some time and talking about the musical Carole King at Totem Playhouse.
Sure.
Is there anything else that I haven't asked you that you wanted to make sure you covered or said about the musical and the play?
Even if you don't know anything about Carole King, there is a song or a moment for you. So
Yes.
I implore you to come out and see this beautiful production because it is for everyone.
Yes.
Absolutely. Well,
Yeah.
thank you both for spending some time today on Let's Talk Tri-State.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Let's talk Tri-State.
If you'd like to be featured on an upcoming episode of Let's Talk Tri-State, call 717-597-9200 or email letstalk@921thegoat.com.